Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Talk Now with Max and Larry. We are live, and we apologize for being on just a couple minutes late. We had some technical issues here in the studio, but we're so grateful that you're here to join us tonight. We have a jam-packed show, many things to talk about, and some more great things that are coming the rest of the week. But before we get into all that, guys, let's give a warm welcome to my co-host here, Max. Max, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm having a heck of a time, but I'm glad I was able to get here in time and do our show as usual. So looking forward to it, Larry. Thanks,
Okay,
everybody.
cool. Good. Yeah, so welcome everybody. We're waiting for people to file in here. I'm going to jump over to the screen as we wait for people to join us. I'm going to share my screen right here. And I don't know if you guys noticed a new thumbnail, but I spent some time working on that new thumbnail. Let's come over and take a look at what is going on with Crypto Bubble. So as you can see here, Max, it's just a big sea of red right here. We will play the guessing game again because I did, in fact, buy something. And I bought something this morning. And I think it might have been a mistake, but I'm not sure. It was. I don't want to give you any clues, but can you guess what it is that I purchased? It's on the screen here.
Let me see. Why am I not able to blow up this screen? This is weird.
So I've got the crypto bubbles. I'll give you a clue. It's in
There
the
we go.
top
There we
100.
go. Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep, top 100.
CRO.
No, that would be that's a good educated guess. I seem to buy Crow a lot these days with the way the market is.
Okay, hold on a second.
Give you two more tries. What's that?
Ape.
No, that's another good guess. I wouldn't mind getting some more ape at some point, but it wasn't ape.
Okay. Then my final guess is going to be I'm going to say SLP.
Nope, I bought some SLP the other day after you and I talked about it, after you mentioned it. It wasn't SLP, so it was a bit of a gamble. I'll give you a fourth try. It was a real gamble. I bet you're going to get it wrong.
Yeah. No.
You're going to get it wrong. It's going to trick you.
Terra Luna.
No.
That's not top 100. What am I talking about?
No, it was so close. Well, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Not top 100.
UST.
I bought UST. Can you believe it? I bought some UST.
Oh, because it's nice. Yeah, you know what? That wouldn't have been too bad because it spiked up to 31 cents not that long ago.
Yeah, but I didn't buy it then. I bought it at 10 cents after that spike. The reason, hey, what's up to shout out to Common Sense. The OG is in the house. Common Sense.
Hey, Common Sense.
That's not, yeah, I wish I would have bought it prior to the spike up. The reason why I bought it is I heard some rumors. I'm just not sure about what I read. It seems like there's a lot of ambiguity around what Duquan is saying, but it looks like they were possibly planning on burning UST at some point. So I figured I would buy it. And also it looks like they're going to airdrop tokens not only to the current Luna holders, which is going to be known as Luna Classic, but they're also going to airdrop some tokens to people that hold UST. So I'm just not really sure. So I threw just a little bit of money in there. It was something that I can risk, as far as losing. It wasn't a lot, but I just wanted to do something fun, kind of like another scratch off ticket. So I'm kind of like, do you kind of regret buying Luna right now? Or we've been buying it the last few days. What are you thinking about it?
I don't regret it at all. I'm glad I got what I got. I'm cool with the amount I got. Yeah, part of me wants to have, 49 million, like Common Sense and so on.
Yeah, well, now look at that. He's got 61 million now. Look at what he just wrote up there.
Hold on. He says, sold my entire bag, bought back in, the dip, 11 million extra tokens, 61 million. Awesome. Impressive. Common Sense.
Yeah, that's really good. I wanted to do the same thing. I didn't want to sell at a loss because I'm still underwater with it. So I was waiting. I should have sold the other day. I regret not selling when it was in the 4s. And I was just waiting for it to get back to a positive level for me because my plan was to sell off and try to buy more in, try to buy back in with some more. But I haven't been able to do that. So I haven't purchased it, I think, in like 2 days. So that's where I am now. But yeah, we can come over here. I know you want to talk about a bunch of other stuff, and we can get to that. But I guess since Luna is the hot topic, I wanted to just mention here this article right here from Watcher Guru, he basically, put on his the Watcher News right here through Watcher Guru. If you follow him on Twitter or follow that organization on Twitter, I don't know if you saw this or not, Max. I won't, hold you to it, but you're seeing it now. It looks like Kwon owes 78 million, or Terraform Labs owes 78 million in taxes to South Korea's government. Did you hear anything about that earlier? Or what's your reaction now?
I haven't heard about anything that earlier. Like I mentioned, I was in a rush to get on here, and so I need to catch up. I do apologize for that, but
no, it's fine.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts now? Like just seeing this now, as I bring it to you.
It just seems like anything and everything is going to be trying to sap the program, basically, from every angle. Whether it's the South Korean government going after, in this case, Terraform Labs, whether it's just everything that happened with their involvement with BlackRock and Citadel, to just everything, man. I mean, what's next? That's my attitude. What is next?
Yeah, it's been a crazy ride here with Terra Luna, and again, our hearts go out to all those that are affected, that lost a lot of money prior to the UST depegging with Luna. But yeah, these type of things are actually putting some doubt in my mind. I'll tell you another thing. I always try to oversimplify things, and maybe it's just the way my brain works to try to keep it simple. But let me come over here. I'll tell you what, this on the surface looks like it's been a well planned out thought. Let's just put it that way. I know that there's very intelligent people that are behind Terra Labs or Terraform Labs, whatever they call themselves. And Kwon is probably a genius and a lot smarter than me. But on the surface, to me, I don't know if anyone would agree with me in the audience, or if you would agree, Max, but it seems like this was almost planned out. I mean, they already had a version 1 of a plan, and then they did, this is a second version of the plan. And, there was some talk. It looks like when I was looking at the vote, that it looks like some of those votes were kind of bogus, like bots or something like that. And I just feel like maybe there was already a plan in place to go to a new blockchain. And I hope that they weren't trying to do some funny business and, take advantage of the holders. I'm not, I don't want to accuse them of anything, but it just seems like this plan just, pops right up, a highly detailed plan on how to move forward with a new blockchain. And to me, it just seems like some of this stuff might have been premeditated. What's your thoughts on that, Max?
I don't know. It's hard to say if it was premeditated. A lot of people feel as though it could very have well been. I'm still reading up about certain things in regards to the whole Citadel / BlackRock thing. There's a whole story behind that, in which, of course, I'm not even done reading about it all. There's so much to it. So, I don't know, man. It's a crazy thing at the end of the day. I mean, you want to talk about drama? It's like somebody's going to eventually do a documentary about it. Really?
Yeah.
Seriously. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I agree with that. I think there's more likely to be a documentary about this than Saitama. Like, this is a bigger, this affected more people, a lot more money involved. People lost money.
You know what? I'll say this. You said what are my thoughts on this? My thoughts on a few things is basically like this. I did see a proposal that made sense. To a sense, it's kind of like a new low cap token project, right? Where, they're talking about their tokenomics. So it was basically like a restructure of the tokenomics by keeping the existing Terra Luna coin, like kind of like the way it is and so on, instead of doing a fork like 90% of people are saying don't do that. It was like, no, you know what? If you just restructure the tokenomics with some of these taxes, like, I mean, it wouldn't be like 10%. It would just be a little bit more to kind of compensate. But man, I wish I would have saved the link. I'll try to dig it up if I can, but I don't know. I might just shoot out a tweet about it, see what other people think. But the structure of it made a lot of sense. It was like, wow, say what you want for the low cap token projects, with the reflections and just all those type of things. But it made sense. Like, wow, if they could just incorporate this to Terra Luna, well, then there wouldn't have to be so much focus on, you know, how much are we burning and so on. For instance, imagine if they would have redone the contract on the tokenomics when all that high volume from over a week ago, maybe it was a week ago, but anyway, when we saw like 2,400% pump, right? Like when it went from 6 zeros or down to 6 zeros, and there was a huge pump, to or 2 zeros for like 15 minutes or whatever. My point is, there was an insane amount of volume. Can you imagine all of the reflections or all of the taxes? It would have helped compensate, not fully, but it really would have helped something like Duquan and all them. They should have recognized that. But at the same time, some people will say, well, then you have to, I guess you could say, to a sense, restructure the contract. You don't have to migrate it, but you could have restructured. I think they could have pulled it off. Now that I think about it, yeah, they could have pulled it off. But do those projects ever really look at small cap token projects? Let's face it, probably not.
There's just so many red flags with this whole thing. And common sense, I see your comment there. He says he's texting right now. He's driving. So please be careful on the road. You don't have to text or comment on the show right now. Just drive safely, my friend. But I'm looking at this whole thing as a bunch of red flags. And sometimes you have to trust your intuition. And I'm looking at, I want to believe. I think it's like a story where we want to believe it's going to come back. And it very well may come back. Like I'm actually 50-50 on it. I'm talking about like the current Luna in terms of like who got in after the crash. Is it going to come back?
Right.
Is it going to spike up? Is it going to make some money for everyone besides the swing traders?
It's so mixed right now, even from big influencers or us, or it's so mixed. I mean, you have one side, it's like, well, this isn't going to work. You have another side, it's like, no, this is going to work. Then you have the other side, it's like, well, let's look at the 90% of this. And it's just like, it's almost becoming political right now. It's like, I don't need the politics of it. I just need the truth. Right.
So I agree with what you're saying. My red flags were, just to go on what I was saying, and I think you'll agree with me, what happened with the missing BTC, the Bitcoin, what happened to that was supposed to be kept in reserves? All of a sudden that disappears. It goes over to Gemini and we don't know what happened after that. And now I'm just looking at this. The second big red flag for me is the votes. The votes seemed like they were bogus because there was a lot of polling going on in the last couple of days, and the community was 85 or 90% in favor, or not in favor of this new plan. They did not want to go to a fork and a new blockchain. So then when I'm looking at the votes coming in, it seemed like there was, a ton of votes for yes, approving this plan. It was like 90% yes, like right away. So I just think there's some monkey business going on with the voting system, and also monkey business going on with the reserves. So that's two big strikes right there. And I know they want to, I think they're giving priority to the validators, the projects that are on there, because they probably have a lot of money invested in all of this. And there's some big players in there, right? But at the same time, there's a lot of people being affected by this whole thing, and they need to look out for the small retail investors too. I mean, do you see any other red flags other than the two that I mentioned, Max?
Yeah, there's a few red flags. My concern right now is the current ecosystem and how a lot of them are basically like, on the fence of jumping ship or leaving to, other blockchains, for instance, because of the tarnished name. And it's like, how is that going to affect the I should say, how is it going to affect? I mean, it's going to have a negative impact any way you want to look at it. But at the same time, it's like, well, what else? It's like there's so many things that are negatively impacting this. As far as the ones that do stay, I think that's going to be maybe 20%, 30%. Like, don't quote me on that.
Right.
But for the ones that do stay, why are they staying? And you can't just make the claim, well, it's because of our community. At the end of the day, they're all businesses to a sense, right? And so, don't just make the claim that it's the community. That sounds great. Yeah, hoorah, the community. But why? Is it because, like you said, is there some other bigger plan Is there things that are going to be launching in which you can't really backtrack right now? I don't know. There's so much to it, man. I mean, I know it's a big hot topic, but um, I don't know really what else more to say on it other than what we see right here. Like, it says updated and final, but let's be honest, it's not updated and final. There's always going to be a little bit more to it as the days roll on.
I'll tell you what, common sense makes a good point. Maybe it's a fake out to buy up the tokens. I don't know if they could necessarily control all the news articles, about owing $78 million or whatever the figure is in taxes. But, if they can really create a lot of fear in this whole thing, maybe they could swoop up and buy the old tokens, the current Luna. But I just think that they've had this plan. This is suspicious to me. I feel like that this plan is pretty well thought out with this new blockchain. And I know that, maybe they were working around the clock to try to come up with something. Maybe it's also in an effort to keep Kwon out of jail or off the hook or, getting in trouble or sued, whatever happens. But this is one of the reasons why I bought some UST. It says post-attack UST holders, 20%. So 15% is going to be unlocked at Genesis. 85% is going to be vested over 2 years thereafter with a 6-month cliff. And of course, I'm sure many of you are aware that your tokens are going to be locked up, when you have Luna too. So that's one of the things that people, it's kind of like, what CZ was saying the other day, don't bring any more victims in. So in a way, we're kind of like funding. I mean, I kind of don't mind doing it from a humanitarian standpoint, like kind of helping your fellow man or your fellow investor that got destroyed.
See you later, Common Sense. We know you got to get going, man. Take it easy. Thanks for showing up when you did. We always
appreciate thank you, Common Sense. Yep. Thank you.
But go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say that, we're providing the floor for this V2, whatever you want to call it, this new Terra blockchain, which is going to be really interesting because there's another Terra blockchain coming out. It's going to have the same name pretty much. It's going to be for Terrarium. They're also building a blockchain. So I don't know if they're going to change the name a little bit, but I just find it interesting because they want to lock away our tokens, right? They want to lock away a portion of our tokens. It's going to be vested over 2 years thereafter. So it's a little bit confusing to me, but I just feel like this whole thing, if you look at this whole thing, this is pretty complicated. It's not just like you and I sitting around and typing something that looks nice. Like this is all prepared and typed out nice, right? But then they actually have to execute this. And they're going to try to do this all by the 27th or whatever it is. Like, doesn't that strike you as something like a huge feat? Like it has been planned for a while and they already have the infrastructure working behind the scenes to make this happen. That's the big red flag that stands out for me. Like this seems too premeditated for me, especially with the missing reserves and things like that. I think there was a rumor about him moving to Singapore because Singapore doesn't have crypto tax. So I don't know. Yep.
Yeah, but you know what? Things don't work the same way as your native land. And so whatever you think you're used to, you might get a big shock in regards to a lot of things. I understand he wants to avoid some of these taxes and so on, but I mean, the South Korean government, is a pretty well-off democracy and so on. I mean, they're nothing obviously like their neighbors up north and so on, but I don't know. I'd be worried about certain things like, how is that going to work if he flees the country to a sense, goes to Singapore? Well, couldn't the government still take it out on the community or something like that? Like, hey, you're not going to give us, the taxes and so on, so we're going to, you know what I mean? Like, take, whatever, take something out of this account or something to cover, this. I don't even know if that's not legal here, but I don't know how it is in other countries. I mean, you never know. I mean, and that would just suck because that'd be another thing to hinder the growth of recovery from this whole thing.
Yeah, it's I'm sorry, I was just in there going into my email. It is very, very interesting. The whole thing is just, and the more and more that comes out, it just seems like it's not like, Terra's being reportedly sued for tax evasion. It just looks like it's just a bunch of terrible news. And it would be, I guess it's kind of like setting into motion what's happening with Bitcoin. I think, the whole collapse of Terra, I think, is having a big impact on Bitcoin. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert with this macro environment in relation to crypto in general, but it just seems like that's what's going on. But it just seems like maybe what common sense said, maybe it is like, if it was a fake out, it'd be like the ultimate fake out to drive everything down just to scoop it up. But I think they already wrote off the first version, the current version, the classic, whatever they're going to call it, Luna Classic. And I think they're just moving on. And I think, like you said, there's going to be some fallout of people moving over to different blockchains and whatnot. So if you want to keep talking to the audience, I'm going to go into my email and just pull up some links about what we were going to talk about. And then you can, sure, share some thoughts with the audience while I hunt for those links.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. So Larry will be right back. As far as this whole thing with the whole Terraform labs and whatnot, it's just, as we know, it's an ongoing issue. And there's always going to be tons of drama circulated around it. For me personally, I have been on the fence in regards to getting trading bots and do the whole KuCoin thing and so on. But as of lately, I'm going to say no. I'm more just comfortable with, the amount I got, whether I hold it long term or do swing trading. I'm leaning more now towards just holding it long term and see what happens, especially if they do continue the route of, having Luna Classic and then, the new Luna. I know a lot of us might not necessarily be for the fork and so on, but if they do the whole Luna Classic and the new Luna, to my understanding, we'll at least get some of the new Luna airdrop to us for being classic holders, which I'd kind of like to know how that breakdown is going to work, how much you have to be holding in order to even receive anything of significance. So.
Yeah, it's definitely, something that we're watching evolve. I don't know, Max, did we talk about IoTeX the other day? I think you wanted to get into that, but we ran out of time the other day. Is that something that you wanted to talk about now since we didn't get into it before? Did I lose
Sorry
your
about
audio?
that. No, I was going multiple screens. Can you ask me that again? I'm sorry. I got kind of sidetracked there.
The other day, did you want to talk about this one, IoTeX?
Yeah, mainly because so many people were saying, I'm tired of the long-term investments. I got so many of them, like yourself. Can you throw out some ones that you feel as though are good short-term ones? Well, this one's a little bit of combination of both. These guys, this is, I think it used to be top 100 if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check that, but nonetheless, I went to a few of their AMAs. They do have a really cool project in regards to pretty much everything that they got going on. So, for instance, it used to be top 100. Currently, it's 121. Obviously, because of the current, the way the market's been and so on. Before we get into this, let me give a second to welcome those who recently joined. I realize there might be some hot topics on whatever other channels are out there and so on. And we thank you guys, of course, for joining us in regards to everything crypto related and just, talking about things that sometimes are not crypto related. Thank you for joining us.
I'm sorry, let me just interrupt you real quick because we just got a couple more people in. Just as a reminder, in case you guys don't know, tomorrow is Hex Thursday. So Crypto Keith is coming in, and also some other Hexicans are coming on. They want to talk about Hex. So make sure you join us tomorrow as well, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off, Max, but I just wanted to remind everybody about that. I forgot to say that at the beginning.
No, it's okay. I understand.
Yeah.
So anyway, in regards to IoTeX, it is a really nice short-term play that you can do as far as let me mute this thing. Sorry, so many distractions today.
So I've got it up on the screen here. IoTeX. This is their website. If you guys want to follow along, it's IoTeX, IOTEX.io.
Yeah, so IoTeX. So for instance, if you pull up this site, I'll show you guys just briefly what it is. So This is not some typical, mean token or, puppy dog Inu is as Larry would say, for instance. So it says, building the connected world, join our journey to power billions of devices and decentralized applications across the physical and digital world. And the nice thing about it is, you know, they have a very transparent team. As the saying goes, I mean, pretty much like fully doxed, all that stuff. Um, they're they really do a lot of focus on like what you see right here, the speed, security, scalability. It says IOTeX is the fastest, most secure, and most scalable blockchain platform on the market, and they really boast about that. They even won some awards in regards to all that. Have quite a few different partners, been featured in all these different things you see here. Obviously, some of the big names like Forbes. I used to have a Forbes subscription, NASDAQ, and so on. They did get a lot of recent press. Um, like for instance, it says IoTech sees 4,600% user growth in the last 28 days. They kind of stand out as far as like near protocol, right? Like how near, got what was it, 500,000 wallets like in a day. They just keep doing impressive things. Now you can look into it more if you guys want. I don't want to just do a whole segment on this, but for instance, if you scroll down on this site, I actually have to pull up what Larry has on that. Yeah, if you go down a little bit more, it will show you some of the products they have. Yeah, they don't just have utility, they actually have products. I don't know if you want too far down, but it's basically the area. Um, Let me see where it says IoTeX blockchain already powers real devices.
Yep.
So for instance, what you guys see right here, yeah, right there. So just keep it right there where it says Pebble and UCAN. So, for instance, like one of the products they have right there is Pebble. If you could pull it down a little bit more, I guess you're multitasking. All right, so it's okay, Larry.
I think there's a delay. Maybe are you guys not? I don't know if you guys are seeing a delay. I mean, it's hard to
It's
tell.
all right.
I'm like
All right,
rolling
so
it down, but I think it like takes a few seconds to come over.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, for instance, like you got the Pebble. It's the multi-sensor IoT data oracle that uses a tamper-proof, secure element to convert real-world phenomena into verifiable blockchain-ready data. Um, you know, the way I look at it, it's kind of like like surveying, but for like putting things like on the blockchain. Um, that works really well with projects like what, like HNT, Helium, and so on, because now you're able to have an idea of how well your hotspots are going to do and in what areas. Data tracking, that's very beneficial for somebody that is like into mining, for instance, and so on. You want to have an idea. The more traffic there is, that's going to help you with what, like the HNT Helium project, for instance. The UCAN, the first blockchain-powered home security camera that protects your loved ones and your privacy. When I see things like this, I'm immediately thinking of what? Like the Ring doorbell, if you're familiar with that, and all the Ring products that connect with Amazon. Only difference with that is what? Not connected to crypto, not connected to the blockchain. So they really do stand out as far as some of these products. Now, again, I don't want to put the whole focus on this, but the cool thing is if or you can actually bring up the CMC again. It's a nice, I guess you could say, swing trade. It's not, again, it's not financial advice or anything like that, but I consistently see this moving from, like what you see it at right now to about roughly 7 cents, and it does it consistently, not exactly every day, but a few times a month. So if that's something that you're interested in, as far as I guess you could say short to moderate swing trading, um, then definitely take a look into it. Um, they do have two audits. They have CertiK and they have Slow Mist, if that helps you. As far as holders, um, they have a reasonable amount of holders. It's like roughly close to 19,000 and so on, but they're still growing. They have been around um, for a while. And as far as price action goes, let me just pull this up real quick. Hold on my end. So I'm gonna pull up Larry's screen real quick. So for instance, yeah, if you zoom out, you guys are gonna see. Yeah, I'm gonna go to your screen. Sorry about that, Larry. So for instance, anyway, I did see we had a super chat. We have it from Tevin Blanks. What's up, Max and Larry? I own IoTeX. Great project, also underrated. Well, thanks for pointing that out, and thanks. Tevin Blanks, for your super chat. We also saw you the other night with Cliff, Shibnobi, Keith from CVC, and everybody we had on. Can't thank you enough in regards to the super chat. Really do appreciate the support. And yeah, I'm glad that somebody else is into IoTex and recognizes this great project that's underrated. Shout out to Selma Fudd, who just recently joined, and everybody else for that matter.
Yep. Thank you, Tevin.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just check this out real quick. I'm going to look at, of course, Larry's screen just to make it a little bit better. So, for instance, when we go up a little bit more, we're able to see that this dates back, of course, I guess about what, 2017 and so on.
2018 looks like, yeah, May of 2018.
Maybe 2017 at the first. And then, so it's, it's going to be around for those of you who are like, man, I only want to get ones that have been around for at least a year plus. They definitely been around. They definitely had some nice run-ups, especially last year. All-time highs were I believe last November, and we did see it get as high as 26 cents, and it was as cheap as a little over a penny. Now, again, for long term, it's still, it's a decent play, but I would definitely say on the short term, there's enough price fluctuation almost on the monthly. As far as that average, more like maybe every month and a half or so. But with all the volatility of the market currently, I definitely say I have not seen it this cheap in a very long time as far as the price. It has not been below 3 cents for the longest time, but it usually fluctuates between like 3 cents to the high sevens. So that's enough area to do some decent swing trading. So if you're interested in short to moderate swing trading, definitely take a look at it. There's quite a few different exchanges that it's on, but I will point this out. If you are interested in it, you can get it on crypto.com app. I even believe that they might even have staking. To, of course, do more research and find other platforms that have staking. For instance, I see that it's on KuCoin. KuCoin, of course, might have better staking. So there you have it with IoTex. Definitely take a look into it. It's great for the short term, the moderate term, the moderate outlook, like a month and a half, 2 months, and so on. And then, of course, not too bad on the long term. I thought I would be a little bit more impressed with some of those numbers. But again, that team, they keep coming out with new products and so on. And they keep, they do have a very impressive blockchain. So for all we know, we might see all-time highs, but don't quote me on that because I don't know enough in regards to the long term. But yeah, for me personally, that short term is very, very appealing. Almost as appealing as Larry doing the whole Zilliqa route with his swing trading.
Well, thank you for sharing that one, Max. IoTex, that is one that I wasn't familiar with, and I'll definitely do some even more research offline, talk to you offline about it as well, because it does look like something that I'll get into at some point. And, the price is, but definitely on sale right now. So I'll have to take a look at it. But
I mean, that margin of 4 or 5 cents, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, to consistently see it do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Where would you like to move from here? What would you like to talk about now? I'll leave it up to you. If you want to pick another one, I'll pull it up on Coin Market Cap, or however you want to do it.
Well, actually, there was another one. I wanted to show you guys just real quick. Man, I'm having a problem with this screen for some reason. I don't know if it's my left click on my mouse.
And by the way, while Max is looking for getting his screen sorted out and everything, I just want to welcome anybody that has just joined us. You're watching the Max and Larry Show. We are here Monday through Friday, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow, we have a big show. We have Crypto Keith is going to be here, and he's going to be talking about Hex, and there might be a couple other Hexicans here, so you guys don't want to miss tomorrow night's show. We are working with some other developers on bringing in some different people to the show for next week. So if anybody wants to hear about their coin or token, get in touch with us. You guys can jump on here. If there's a member of the audience that wants to come on, you guys are welcome to come on as well. So, we have a lot of things that were in the works for you guys, and we look forward to you guys coming back Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Saturday, Sunday, we start at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I've got the crypto bubbles up right here. So you just let me know when you're ready. You take your time, Max. I'm just going to look at playing around with the crypto bubbles a little bit. Hopefully, Keith from CBC. I like how you can just drag them around. I don't know if any of you guys know this. You can kind of just move them around the screen. See, I'm like throwing Luna all across the screen right now.
No, I hear you. What I was going to also state is, as far as the ones that are kind of like popping up on my list, other than your crypto bubbles, believe it or not, it's still that darn step app from Fit5 step app.
Yeah.
So currently it's at like at 20 cents, but man, I mean, it's another one that is just kind of like catching my eye as far as
what's the ticker symbol for that?
Fit5, FITFI. Okay. Now, of course, on May 12th, which was my birthday, that was as low as 9 cents. And as we've seen within the last month or so, right, Larry, or even longer since we've done the show together, that one has done so much crazy swing trading, right? I'm just trying to point out some, I received some DMs, not a lot, but a few, where people are like, man, I really need to have some short-term plays. I can't wait until 2025, 2026. I need something like soon. Do you happen to know of any good swing trades? And of course, I tell everybody the same thing. Well, it's not financial advice, but we do try to put you guys on the plays that we're in, as well, as the saying goes. And this is one that's definitely on my list to possibly get into. I'm not saying you guys have to do it, but you can see it for yourself on that 1 month chart. Look at that. Those are significant swings in regards to this. And the cool thing that stands out is this. I will state this. If you're new to our show, you've never been on it before, you've never seen it, there is a rival that started off a while back, and they are called GMT. And I will state this. Stay the heck away from that. Currently speaking, that's a honeypot. And yeah, it ranks number 62 and so on. Again, I understand that the token sniffer thing might not be updated. We may need to look into it more. But like, even in the comments, there's a lot of negativity behind it. Yeah, I mean, it's just.
So this is wow. That's I think I remember you saying that the other day. It's got a huge market cap. It's got 834,000.
But if you go to Token Sniffer, for instance, or some of these other ones, was it PooCoin and so on? Mm-hmm. I mean, when you get multiple sources showing that it's basically a honeypot, it's like, stay the heck away from that. Who the heck? I don't care if the thing's worth $1,000 a coin or whatever. If you can't sell it, you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want that. So with that said, go with the safer route. Go with the rival, right? Go with Fit5. If that's where you're looking to go with, especially if you are actually interested in some of these. Yeah, exactly.
I just was curious. Yeah, I wanted to show our audience, and I wanted to see it myself. The step app.
Yeah, go with the safer bet. Go with something obviously that you can sell and so on. That doesn't have. I mean, it's just whole grocery list of red flags, right?
I'm sorry, Max. This is just jumping off the page. I mean, this is the largest, in terms of market cap, honeypot I've ever seen. Like, how could it be over $800 million? That many people got fooled, or maybe they just changed the contract. There's something weird going on.
Again, we'll have to double check that. I mean, if people are more interested in it, but for me, it's simple. Like, if I don't want to look into it, I want to go with the safer bet. What am I going to go with? This is not listed on Crypto.com. Crypto.com at least has a whole team of people who vet this, these projects and so on, before they get listed on their exchange. And so what? Go with the safer bet, the rival, Step App, Fit5. We've seen their demo on their website. And there's enough of the where it shows, the thing pumps up, it goes down, but it's not a pump and dump. It's more like a safe swing. The graphs look healthy. It has a decent market cap. And that price fluctuation of going from anywhere from like 9 cents to 20, and then the 20 was 30. We've seen it as high as, I think we've seen it as high as 70 cents over a month and a half ago, or whatever, month ago, right? Larry, I think it was about 60
Oh yeah,
cents.
just this earlier this month it says
Yeah,
72
See,
cents. Yeah,
yeah, I knew it was at
73
least
cents.
I knew it was at least 60, and that's a healthy looking chart. You don't see just you know a a, a
A Mononoke.
yeah, you don't
Slope.
see that, or it doesn't look like somebody's like dive bombing, like a plane that's going for a dive bombing run, right? It
Holy
looks like
cow, look who's here. We got to interrupt you. Sorry, Max. Cody Core is here. Shout out to Cody Core. Cody, you better make sure that all those employees are working hard for you right now. I know you're at work.
yeah. Hey, Cody.
So
So yeah, I mean, it's just another healthy one. Again, I wanted to point out some ones that were, nice swing trading ones. So this is another one that stood out. And knowing that they have a really cool looking app. I haven't tried it for myself, but the demo that I saw was pretty cool. And then look on top of it, look at their contract. They are on the Avalanche blockchain,
Avalanche, yeah.
and that's a very fast blockchain. Not just me saying it is. We literally verified it, I believe, yesterday when we were comparing blockchain speeds and sharing that information with the Shinobi team. So
I'm just going to jump back over to their website in case anybody wasn't here the other day when we talked about it, and just also refresh my memory. So is this now? I know you probably said Max, but again, refresh my memory because I have too many things on my mind. Is this something that's operational right now, or is this still a project as far as their actual app goes?
as far as I'm concerned, from what I've seen, it's operational. Don't quote me on that because I'm not personally invested into it, but
Right.
from what I saw, it is. I mean, like even there, it says try the app. I mean, why would they have something that says try the app if
If it wasn't working, yeah.
yeah,
Users.
and then
I'll have to see if we can. Well, it's weird. Yeah, I'll have to see if we can download the app.
I mean, there's play to earn, then there's walk to earn. So
yeah,
exercise to earn. God knows I could use some exercise, right? Anyway.
I see. Like they have the team here: president, CEO, CTO, head of business development. Oh, they got advisors. Obi-Wan, and Dovi-Wan, Jens Weilerman, Melanie Moore, Tim Innovate, Oliver Bell. They got like Daniel Ritchie. They've got like looks like a. I mean, you have to really research it, but it looks like these are real people. A fully doxed team. But
I mean, it's crypto.com. I mean, listed on there as well. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So if crypto.com is good with them, then I would be good with them too.
That's my rule of thumb. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. So we've got that. I'm trying to see. Let me go over to my chart here or my Dex tools and see if you're in any of these things.
Sure.
Bro, oh, wait, he says, let's see what he says. Market Matt says, bro, this isn't it. So fake. I'm not sure if he was talking about what we were just talking about, Stefan, but I'm going to come over here and look. Well, is this Strange Enu? I guess I can delete that. I still have Strange Enu in my Dex tools. I'm going to, okay, bye-bye, Strange Enu. Wait a minute. You know what? We should compare the chart for Strange Enu compared to Mononoke Enu. Let's just do that real quick for fun. So,
okay.
I don't know. We're just trying. We have to add a little humor in tonight's show. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so this is what the rug pull looks like. Because you remember you said there was a rug pull that actually outperformed Mononoke Inu. All right, so here's Strange Inu down here. This chart looks like this. Now let's see if we can find Mononoke Inu.
Yeah, the rug pull was Galaxy Snake.
Okay.
Yeah, Mononoke Inu. I lost more on Mononoke Inu than Galaxy Snake. That was a rug pull. Like what the heck, right?
Yeah, that's funny. All right, here it is, Mononoke Inu. Let's see. And it's taking a while to load here. Okay, so here's Mononoke Inu. Oh, so which one looks worse, Mononoke Inu or Strange Inu? Looks like Mononoke Inu looks worse. Well, I mean, Strange Inu goes straight down. This is like a slow bleed.
This is like a slow. It's kind of like that old story of the tortoise versus the hare, right?
Yeah.
Except for in this case with Mononoke, it's definitely the tortoise.
Let's take a look.
Who wins the race, though? Or who wins the rug? Who wins the rug?
Oh no! What is this going on? Oh, Volt has performed and Tokuswa. Oh, I'm in the wrong pair. It looks like a rug pull right there. But I know they migrated over. So let's look at Volt right now. So I know that Volt dumped the other day. I don't pay attention to Volt. Okay, so here's Volt right now. So is Volt is let's see what Volt is. Volt's market cap, oh, it's all the way down to 49 million. What do you think about Volt? I know we talk on and off about it. Do you think it's something that might be worth jumping into at some point? Right now it's down just under 2% on the day.
I like Volt. I'm into it for the long term. That's something in which doesn't seem like it'd be worth swing trading because of all the
Taxes.
the taxes and gas and so on. But yeah, long term, they definitely stand out as far as the big community driven meme token projects. So yeah, I hold a bag of Volt. And
let's take a look at Shiba Doge. You got Shiba Doge. Is it Shiba Doge or Shib Doge? Shiba Doge, right?
Well, people call it Shiba Doge, but the ticker symbol is Shib Doge.
Shib Doge, yeah. That's what
Shiba
I thought.
Doge. Most people call it Shiba Doge. I call it Shiba Doge.
This one is well, all of them are really way down right now. What do you think? What do you feel more bullish on long term? Volt Inu or Shiba Doge?
I'm gonna say Shiba Doge, believe it or not.
Shiba Doge.
I know that a lot of the Volt guys probably won't like hearing that, but it's just I don't know. I like everything that they currently have going on. That doesn't mean that Volt doesn't have anything going on. Like for instance, the NFT marketplace they have, or for instance, the Doge Army NFTs. That was super impressive how they went about that. And then I'm really looking forward to the Shiba Inu Army NFTs. I think that's going to be really cool. I imagine they would have another, one of one, like a real rare one, like they did with the Elon Musk one, and then also with the VB. It'd be interesting how they do that. I think they should come up with some like some villain characters or something like that, right? Like something like that, for the NFTs. But yeah, they have some really cool looking in it. Yeah, you could do something, like something like that, like where he's a villain or
Suzuki Inu.
Or like make someone for like BlackRock instead of I don't know.
So here's the chart for my beloved Phantom with a P. They're not doing too good. Yeah. So Riz resigned. I heard, Matt was talking the other day. His Common Sense sent me a Telegram recording, and I just heard a few seconds of it last night. Yeah, they're not doing too good. Maybe this is not the best time right now for them to do any marketing. I don't know. Believes the other day said they were coming out with an alpha version of their app, their social media app. So let's wait and see. Maybe they actually have something and they should just go with that. But right now
it looks like a slow rug.
Yeah, they're in and also it's a bad time for them right now with the way the market is. It's a bad time to launch a token. But yeah, I don't really have any good feelings about that. I feel bad because there's a lot of people that watch this show that are invested. Shinja, we talked about them last night. Cliff and everybody was here last night. Let's take a look at that. Man, it takes a long time for this stuff to load. All right, so yeah, this is like way down too. So okay, so we got Volt.
But at least that looks a little bit healthier.
Yeah.
Towards the end it does. Okay, fair enough, right? Everything looks kind of bad because the overall market's bad. So
right. But what about this, Max? Volt, Shiba Doge, or Shibnobi? You can only pick one. Which one are you going with long term?
Volt, Shibnobi, or Shiba Doge? Only going to pick one long term.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to go with Shibnobi. Not for don't say, oh, that's because they just were on the show. It's political. No, I actually would have said it was Shiba Doge, but want to know why I didn't say it was Shiba Doge? Because they're not fully doxed. That's why. That's what stood out.
Bugs me about them too. Yep. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I understand there are reasons for it, but if they would have been fully doxed, maybe I would have. It would have been a tie. I say it would have been a tie. With them and Shibnobi. Yeah. But yeah, Shibnobi definitely takes the cake because of being fully doxed and whatnot.
So this is one that I think I have a teeny tiny bag left, like some dust. Zombie Inu. Did you get in this one, Max? Zombie Inu a long time ago?
No, that was one I was thinking about getting into, but then I was just like, you know what? I got too many. I'm into too many different Inu projects and I want to get more towards the top 500. For me, most of that stuff is early, the last ones I got into. Excuse me. The last ones, I think the last meme community driven project I got into was Volt, and I believe that was either in January or February. I'll have to double check the date in regards to that. But yeah, I'm unless it's going to be like the next Shiba Inu, legitimately like the next Shiba Inu.
Yeah.
I am, for me personally, I realize a lot of our community, you guys don't have to look at the same way I do. But for me, I'm leaning more towards the top 500. There's certain ones, of course, like Clearpool, that's not top 500, but that's just the route I'm going to. It's just Meme token projects are so 2021 for me.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I will say this: that Zombie Inu looks like their graphics are getting better and better, because I was in kind of early on, and you know what? Their market cap is still relatively low. So if they come out with some sort of a game or improve, something along the lines with utility with the NFTs, I don't really know much about the project anymore, but just looking at it on the surface, it looks like they're doing something. So I guess we can take a look at it.
Cody Core, don't leave. He's like,
ski good, I'm going home.
So Cody Core, go into the Telegram group for Zombie Inu and tell them we want to know more about what's going on with Zombie. There's a lady, I think is one of the developers, and a few others. Have them come on our show and we'll talk to them, ask them questions, find out if it's a good one or not.
Just for you, Cody Core, I'll keep a straight face the whole time while we do like the interview and so on. I'd be like,
Hey everybody, my name's Max, and this is my co-host, Jerry, a Crypto Talk Now. Now, Fizz, you want to pet my kid? I like cheese boost.
So that's Cartman, right? Cartman's here. Oh, wait, let's see what Oscar Marquez. We haven't seen you before. Welcome. Trash. I've lost so much money from these coins. I don't know which ones he's talking about. They should burn. He'll have to tell me which one you're talking about. We talked about a few different ones. I'm beyond poor now. This coin's taking people out. Wait, what's he say? Screw you guys. I'm going home. Laugh out loud.
That's a reference to Cartman.
Yeah, Cartman, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cartman. Is it Cartman?
No, Cartman, man.
Cartman.
There's a typo from him. He's at work, so he can't
type
just
it in. Type it in, Max, so he knows how to spell it.
He knows how to spell. He's just probably multitasking.
How about Baby Doge? What do you think about Baby Doge? I have a teeny bag of Baby Doge left. Did you ever get
Never got into it. Nah.
No.
I think they have their moments, but nah. I know they have a strong community.
They do have a big community.
But at the same time, it's like, well, so does Dogeland Mars. They have a strong community. I'm not into that.
$170 million market cap. That's not bad for this market.
Right.
How about did you ever get into CBT pre-sale? Were you part of that one?
No, I didn't get into that.
Yeah, they just,
for me, I might go with like CMC. Probably gonna go with them maybe beginning of next month or something like that. Or I don't know. Pretty soon. I got to get a bag of that because
volume is yeah. You want to look at you didn't get CBC? Where's CBC?
Because I don't really look at. Here's the thing. Some people be like, well,
But Max, that's lower market cap token.
Yeah. Well, the way I look at it is with CMC. So it is. It's not really a meme token. It's just low market cap, and there's lots of utility there. The whole platform is built on utility. So yeah.
I'll go back to CBT just to comment what Tevin, we really appreciate you being here, and thank you again for the super chat. Tevin blanks. I got into CBT. I think I made like a couple BNB on that, so it was a good pre-sale. I think that I like listening to the team talk. They do have that utility with the kind of like the certificate, almost like what it's like, like a savings bond. Remember this old savings bond? They're kind of like that.
Yeah, I remember it. It's just that Cody Core's got me all in the Cartman mode now. I wasn't even thinking about Cartman, and I almost started thinking about some of the stuff.
You can keep talking about Cartman. You know what? Forget about Max. We'll just talk to Cartman right now. So what does Cartman think about CVC? What do you think? Is Cartman's going to buy a bag of CVC when he gets paid?
Well, it'd be more like, Kyle and Stan be like, dude, you're not going to get into the freaking CVC. You don't know the about trust.
Get your head, Kyle. If I want to get into CMC, I'm going to get CMC.
You're not going to get CVC, Cartman? Or you are going to get it? What happened to Kenny?
I don't know. Some of those guys, I can't remember if it was Stan or Kyle. I don't know. Sometimes I could do those guys, but when I was younger, I used to be able to do like some of these ones like spot on. Like, I don't know. The younger generation doesn't really. They're not really familiar with like Rocky and Bullwinkle. But man, I
Yeah.
used to do a good Bullwinkle. Like Bullwinkle Moose, if he was looking at crypto right now, he'd be like, he could be like our guest on the show, and you could literally be like, "Hey, everybody, welcome to Crypto Talk Now with Max and Larry, and our special guest on the show is Bullwinkle Moose. Hi, Bullwinkle, how are you today?" And he could be like, "And on today's show, kids, we got the wonderful Max and Larry and Cody Core and everybody else that wants to do a Cartman impersonation."
Wow, you sound just like him. That's Bullwinkle, right?
Yeah, Bullwinkle Moose.
It sounds just like him, yeah. Yeah, we need to have a night where we have a lot of people in here and you can start doing, we can have our character guests come on, impersonations. Yeah, Saitama. So Classic Crypto's out of Saitama. I think, if it goes well, he'll buy back into V2. I'm just hanging on to my bag, what's left of it. I am concerned about the liquidity unlocking because we don't know who owns the keys. It's kind of like you've got the Ferrari sitting in the driveway. It looks really nice, but are we going to have the Ferrari or is someone going to steal it? Nobody has the keys.
Or is Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off going to take it out to downtown Chicago for an amazing parade or something because his best friend Ferris Bueller wants to take it out?
Yeah, so Tevin says he owns CVC, got into the pre-sale, still holding. Yep, I got into CVC. I made a profit, took out my original and some profit, and I still have a bag of CVC. And I'm hanging on to it because I believe in Keith. Keith has been on here twice, right? Was it 3 times? No.
Three times.
3 times, yeah. So he's been on the show 3 times. He was on last night. So we believe, I think I can speak for Max. We both like CVC because we like what Keith talks about. He's very transparent, and I think it's a good project long term. I'm not concerned about CVC's chart right now.
No, great long term project, absolutely.
Yep. He doesn't die in the Cody Core says though. I thought Kenny did die in every episode, but not anymore. They still make South Park is still going on with new episodes.
Oh yeah, there's still playing of South Park for sure.
So how about you didn't get in this one, Banana? We're going to talk about Terra too. The other
Banana
Terra.
Banana Task Force Ape. No, you're always talking about that one.
Yeah,
you're always talking about that one. You're like, hey Max, Banana Task Force Ape. They did this, they did that.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm nothing against it. Well, they got they only have $7 million market cap. Yeah, I got. You know what else I didn't think I would get out of was actually Shiba Adventure. I got out of that too. I just got tired of them not doing anything. Yeah, I offered them to come on the show but they don't want to do anything because they don't want to dock. So I just think they're not going to go anywhere. And I like that little game. It's a cute little game, but the developers are not pushing it. They're just not marketing it.
Yeah, I think that's how. Yeah, when I did my first live chat with you're playing.
Yes, well, I had that little game night going. We need to have a crypto game night on our show. Like even if we play for 30 minutes, we'll play a crypto game. During our live stream show.
I hear you.
Also, where was it? Oh, this is the one I really wanted to ask you about. So, did you get in Terrarium?
No, didn't get in that. Don't get me wrong.
This was a great launch. So I did not know about the pre-sale, but I got in on launch, like way down here. And it was like one of the best launches I've ever seen. It was like, look at that chart like that. And then at some point,
I wonder how many zeros it started off with.
I don't recall, but I will say I know what happened right here. So right here, this was the part where they got scammed. The Binance.us. They did a tweet saying that they were.
I remember that. Yes, yeah. And top influencers are like FOMOing in and saying they're going to get it. I'm not going to name their names. Yes, I remember that happening
all the way up here. Yep. And then now at the time I was actually on the road, and I missed this pump because I had seen this pump. I probably would have taken some profit. So I've actually never sold Terrarium. I think I definitely bought it on launch, and I think I bought since then 2 or 3 times. So I'm still. I'm way down. but I have faith in it long term. I'm actually going to. I did the little eyeballs on Twitter saying that I was watching you guys, and then the cat
Right.
put the little sunglasses on. I don't know if you saw it. Well, you probably didn't see my tweet. But yeah, go ahead and follow us on Twitter, guys. Crypto Talk Now 21 and DPGmaximus. Follow us on Twitter. But I'm kind of taking a look at Terra because they want to have a centralized exchange, and they've got a core of I think 3 doctors, and one of them is, and then there's also a pilot. So there's some pretty intelligent guys that are running the show there, and maybe they will be successful with a centralized exchange. That's why I'm holding on to it long term. But I kind of want to bring them on the show and ask them some questions. So I'll probably reach out to them in the next couple of days.
Yeah, everything I've seen with them, I mean, they definitely have the utility, which is cool. You definitely want to see more of these small market cap tokens with some form of utility at the end of the day. So, Tevin Blank says, I missed a pre-sale for Terrarium, but I have a bag. Okay. Did you get your Terrarium shortly after the pre-sale on that run up to the second all-time highs, Tevin, or do you get yours like after the second, after the false Binance listing? Kind of curious on that.
Yeah, I'm curious too. We're going to switch over the chart to Hex. So where is Hex? So, it's getting closer. It might have been down to 10 cents. Yeah, look at that. I said that I was going to get back in Hex when it hit 10 cents, so I should have been paying attention today. So, yeah, it's at 11 cents, man. I'm telling you, Hex is a good long-term one. I agree.
The staking is what stands out.
Huh?
The staking is what stands out for them.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Probably like the best staking incentive out there.
I agree with that. I think it's
for long-term staking incentives and how that's combined with like literally the way they portray the whole thing. It's super impressive how that's all broken down to, especially when we have some of the, as you would say, the hexagons come on here. And
I think we got some breaking news here. Sorry to interrupt you, Max. It looks like he says Max. He's talking about Max from Saitama. Max just left Saitama.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama going on with it.
Is that what's going on right now? I didn't hear that.
There's just a lot of news. I mean, like, some of the other people in that space, who do live streams right now, I realize that they're covering all that stuff. So,
well, I didn't know. I just kind of wanted to see if there was an announcement on the Twitter page for Saitama.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm up here. Nope, that's not it. Nope, I don't see anything. So it wasn't on their official page.
While you're looking that up, Tevin did respond. He said a couple of weeks before the second all-time highs. Okay, so you got right in between, huh?
Oh, Joey says check out his Twitter. I don't know what's Max's last name. Is it? I don't even know. I don't know. What's Max? Is it Hernandez or something like that? Oh no,
I can't remember.
Bitrise or Bicker. Yeah, we can take a look at that. I kind of wanted to see what Max says. Well, I guess I could find it later. But if you know what Max's Twitter handle is, please drop it in the comment section.
Sorry.
So we have it. I like B-Rise and Bicker. I like it. There was some concern about it on Token Sniffer when we looked it up the other day, but I have small bags of both of those.
I just saw a few more people connected. I just want to, of course, welcome you guys to our show, Max and Larry with Crypto Talk Now. Larry's actually trying to bring up some info in regards to some of the recent drama with Saitama. Not trying to rhyme and make it about your mama. No, I was kidding. I don't know why I said that. Anyway.
I'm down tremendously, but I see the vision. It's definitely a long-term hold. He's talking about Terrarium. And we do appreciate you being here, Tevin Blanks. So, yeah, if we can get the Twitter handle for Max from Saitama, I would like to, check out what his comment was on Twitter, because this man, Max, I'll tell you, if I'm talking to my Max here, if this is really going down and he's leaving, then this is kind of making me feel like something's going to happen to that liquidity. I'm just like speculating here, but why would he leave?
Yeah, that would really suck.
Yep.
And of course, there's the whole other stream going on, which it makes you wonder why so-and-so decided to just not have anything to do with Saitama. We'll catch up on it. I'm sure we will.
So welcome. Looks like we have somebody new here. Welcome to Sandra Sylvian. I hope I'm saying your last name right.
Sylvain.
Sylvain. How long is this dip going to last? Which maybe she's talking about the overall market. She says, I don't see hope even for stocks. Well, all the markets go in cycles. So, not everything can go.
Even with stocks, though, I mean, at the end of the day, it just depends on what you're getting into. I mean, it's just like one of the things I'm looking into. I don't really do a lot of stock trading, but I do own some stocks. But like, again, it's not financial advice or anything like that. But I'm looking into little things like, for instance, these car manufacturers with their electric vehicles and so on, the ones that are getting contracts to have, I guess you could say, like a battery that's more improved. So the current thing right now is what a typical electric car battery, like, go 100 miles and then you have to recharge it. Well, there's a new innovation that is called basically what? It's kind of like a super battery, if you will. And instead of going to 100 miles, it could do like 300 miles, 500 miles on a single charge, and then seeing what those particular batteries do with other car companies as far as the contracts. I'm not going to just name one, right? There's multiple different ones, but the ones I want to see is what kind of contracts are they getting with some of these automobile manufacturers moving forward, because that's what's going to stand out for me. And because that tells me those particular stocks, that's creating something that's innovative, even during a time in which like everything sucks, because the overall crypto market's down. As you know, when stocks are not doing well, affects crypto. Sucks that it's that way, but that's just the reality of it. But again, I still think there's a few good picks out there. We just got to be smart about it. We got to, as the saying goes, do our own research and find what to get into and what to stay away from. So,
guys, if anybody out there, and welcome to Bobby Joe Jewel. I have seen you in comments before on some recorded videos. Bobby says, look at it like everything is on sale. That's a good way to look at things. It's like a Black Friday sale. Guys, if anybody out there knows the official Twitter handle for Max from Saitama, I'd love to read his comment about him.
While you're doing that, I'll try to help you out with that. Let me
see if you can find that. I'm just curious about what he says, because Joey Marcoux, one of our guests here tonight, or a member of our audience, says check out his Twitter, but I don't know what his Twitter handle is.
I'll find it here in a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's take a look at the Shiba chart. We haven't looked at Shiba in a long time. While you're looking at Twitter, I'm going to
Oh boy, I got a bad feeling.
What's that?
I think the Saitama website might be getting DDoS or something.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are they rugging their website?
No, it's everything is loading up extremely slow compared to other sites. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, let me see. Because there's just people that hate Saitama, man. It's pretty messed up, to be honest. I mean, whether you're for them or not, I mean, come on. DDoS attacks.
I think they brought I think they brought some of it on themselves. Only with them always promising stuff and not delivering it. A lot of, like I said before, hype is good and bad.
Right.
But yeah, Sandra says Shiba is killing me. So here's the Shiba Inu chart. And, I still have a small bag of Shiba Inu, and Max has a significant position in Shiba Inu. I mean, I'm a big fan of Shiba Inu, but
it's my favorite one of everything I own is Shiba Inu.
Is it? Yeah.
I know I don't talk enough about it because, you guys have heard it obviously enough from other influencers about it. I don't need to sell anybody on Shiba Inu, but yeah, it's, if I had to pick one that was my favorite, it will be Shiba Inu. But the other favorite of mine, believe it or not, is probably Clearpool. I really think that is going to be on everybody's radar, either at the end of the year or next year. You're going to hear way more about that. So,
Tevin says correct. Maybe he's saying correct about my comment about Saitama over-promising, under-delivering, or hype being a good and bad thing. I mean, I'll tell you what, I still can't believe that they got, some people say it was 4, some people say it was 6 billion. I don't even remember, but it was a big market cap. I don't understand, really, if you stop and think about it. They need to thank all the people that talked about them on YouTube and Twitter, but I don't understand how they can just get that high with just hype alone. But you found it?
Yeah, so his Twitter is at Max Equation. You want me to just
Oh, that's it.
send it
Max
to you?
equation. Yeah.
You want me to send it to you, or you got it?
I think I might be able to find it. I'm typing it in here. Max
All right.
Hernandez. Yeah, here it is. I thought
Okay.
his last name was Hernandez. Okay.
Yeah.
He said, okay, let's read this. This is
All right.
breaking news 15 minutes ago. Hi, Wolfpack. Although I'm forever a Wolfpack member and community contributor, it saddens me to inform everyone I will be withdrawing effective immediately from being a dev of Saitama and member of Saitama LLC. This has not been an easy decision for me. I still believe in education of finance and what Saitama can achieve. Our original vision for Saitama has shifted, but it can still get to where I wanted to get it to in the future. I wish the team well as I transition from dev to a community supporter. Testing a beta version of this. Oh, satatools.com. Oh, that was from the other day. Okay, so Max is out. Max Hernandez. If you guys want to check this out, it's at Max Hernandez, or Max Equation is his Twitter handle. I'm not sure what's going on, but where there's smoke, there's fire, man. Max, I'll tell you, this is like the Duquan situation. It's like you don't want to. Everybody wants to believe that Luna's gonna, gonna be okay. It's gonna rebound. We're all gonna make some money from it. And so the same thing with Saitama. Everybody believes that liquidity is going to stay locked, but now this just it just puts more fear. They're fighting their own thing right now. I mean, this is directly from the devs. So, I mean, they're causing the fear. Not coming out and saying who has the keys to the liquidity wallet or to the wallet that holds the liquidity, right? That provided the liquidity. And then now Max Hernandez leaving the team. So what's your thoughts on it, Max?
My thoughts behind it is what's new. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's Saitama. They got the drama. And with that said, other people have left the team. I mean, come on. You even pointed out, what's her name, Miss V from, Robo Inu technically was part of that team originally. But, I mean, at least it's a supportive message that Max Hernandez put out. He's stating basically that he's still supporting Saitama, going to be a big member of the community. At the end of the day, for some people, you never know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe he just is stressed out from being a dev, and he just wants to be. It's kind of like the saying goes, like in sports, for instance, he doesn't want to be a player anymore. He doesn't want to be part of the front office, right? He just wants to be a fan. And at the end of the day, you got I can respect that because I mean, you never know what's going on. Like some of these people could get really stressed out from this, or maybe he just had a disagreement and so on. But I mean, at least he, in my opinion, did had a sense of professionalism by sending out a message like he did, stating what he said. Now people are going to, of course, run with it and make a lot of drama behind it and so on. Hey, it's to be expected, especially with Saitama. But at the end of the day, he could have just basically been like, said something very unprofessional. He didn't. Like, look at that, respect. So I thought it was respectful.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it was handled with class. His resignation. I'm sure he talked to the people on the rest of the devs in person, but I mean, the way he addressed everybody on Twitter, I don't see anything wrong with that. But this just muddies the water for Saitama. It like you said, it never ends. The Saitama drama. Like we could both do videos on Saitama every single day and get views. It's just something that it's kind of like they're kind of like a lightning rod in a major lightning storm. Do you know what I mean? They attract so much positive and negative energy. So
no, that is true. And we'll go back on that subject. I do want to read some comments, for instance, out of respect to our community, and shout out to you guys. We really do appreciate some of the comments. So, for instance, Cody Cord, he states, B Rise and B Gert. Ted Blank says, I'm down tremendously. I think he's referring to Terrarium. But I see the vision. It's definitely a long-term hold. Sandra says, how long is dip going to last? You did already cover that earlier. And then let's see here. Bobby Joel, look at it like everything is on sale. Yeah, that is the way I look at the overall crypto market. Everything is on sale. It's more like taking advantages of that. But there is a problem, and that is it's not just about dollar cost averaging, and it's not just about buying on the dip. It's also recognizing when things have hit rock bottom. Because if anything, if this overall crypto market, especially with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but especially Bitcoin, if Bitcoin keeps dropping below like the 28K mark, let's see what's that right now. And yeah, it's at 28.7. I mean, if that thing was to drop to like 20, I mean, are we really making a great decision on the buying on the dip type concept? Not exactly. So it's basically when to recognize things. Yeah, they're on sale, but at the same time, if this thing is going to keep trending further and further down, yeah, just like Tevin said, floor price is key, absolutely, and when to recognize that. Sandra, I'm sorry that Shiba is killing you. I guess you could say it's killing me. I'm still at a solid green for that. I've been at a solid green. When I say solid green, which means like I haven't lost, you know, especially since last all-time highs, I still haven't lost. But of course, my all-time highs of well over, was it 88K, 90K, or whatever, when I turned 8K into 88K and higher, that went way, way down. I mean, if I look at right now, I think like, I don't know, maybe I have a profit of, I don't know, 5,000 or something like that right now. It's not looking too good, but I'm not worried about it because the way I look at it is things will eventually rebound. And then to answer your question, also again, Sandra, where you said, when do you think Shiba will grow? Shiba is a $6 billion market cap. I think things are really going to grow for Shiba once we get back past the 40K mark again. I know we got quite a ways to go as far as that goes, especially when it comes to Bitcoin. So 40K in Bitcoin, maybe past that 4,000 mark with Ethereum again. And then the overall crypto market just greenlining again. And then, guys, we forgot a lot of these things. They're supposed to have a game that's due out Shiba Inu in August, I believe. That doesn't mean that is a full release. More than likely, that'd be like a pre-alpha or closed alpha, possibly a private beta. So don't think that they're going to come out with a spit shine polish product. That's not going to happen. It's probably going to be like a beta or whatever. But those are the things I'm looking for as far as price action in regards to Shiba. I still think it's possible that if crypto winter can end by, I know it sounds crazy, by summer, and then when fall and winter, the actual real seasonal winter comes, and we can see new all-time highs. But again, that all depends. I'm more looking forward to, hate to say it, 2023 than I am at the end of 2022.
So we're just going to go ahead and address these comments, and we're going to wrap it up in a couple minutes after going through. Yeah, that was Tevin says Steve at Rocket Crypto left too. That was like, I think the big major thing that really hurt Saitama. That was like kind of like the beginning of the end for the chart when Steve at Rocket Crypto, was leaving, but also when it came out, what his comments were publicly. Floor price is the key. Yeah, Cody Core was just asking about B-Rise and BitGard. We went through it last time. BitGard had a couple of red flags. We didn't really look at B-Rise. We can do that. We can look at B-Rise again tomorrow. Oh, sorry. And it says Cody Core, because I have 3 bags, just asking. We looked at Xenu, 2 bags of it, and 3 bags of Volt. So if you can go and we haven't talked to anybody from Xenu or Volt, but ask them to come on the show, and then we'll talk to them. We have some questions for them. I mean, I actually will have a little more questions for Volt. Yix, I'm down 3,500. I think she's talking about Shiba Inu. What kind of game, Max? Did you answer that one? You said it's a AAA. I know it's a AAA game. It's going to involve the Shiboshis, right?
No, it's a AAA game. There was supposed to be one in which is I believe a standalone game. Maybe it is a Shiboshi. I don't think it is, but I mean,
they can use the Shiboshi NFTs in the game.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be like a standalone game, a AAA style game. If you don't know that type of terminology, so AAA basically means like a high budget game. Basically, think of like Call of Duty. That's a AAA game. Think of Battlefield, AAA game. Yeah, it's up to that level. And the fact that while we're on the subject of Call of Duty, they literally have a former vice president that was part of Activision who worked on previous Call of Duty games, maybe back in like the early days, like maybe Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 4, you know, the World War II version, and also Modern Warfare, which is what I worked on years ago. I wasn't part of course, don't get it twisted, I was not part of the Call of Duty team, but me and a group of guys, we developed the most popular mod ever for Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare called NW4MP. And for those guys who are into gaming, if you guys want to look into it, it's called NW4MP by DPG, and you can see the video sometime if you want. Anyway, is there anything else you want to cover, guys? Or I'm sorry, Larry.
I'm just going to wrap it up so that we can save everything for the show tomorrow. But Cody Core, I'll just read the rest of these. Has 4 bags of Shib and 2 bags of Crow. Dorval family, good evening, gentlemen. Do you guys have any idea as to how much will be the worth of Luna 2.0 on the 27th? It's very unclear right now, looking at their plan 2.0. I want to kind of wait and see. I haven't gone back to see if the vote is over. I'm pretty sure it might be over, but I kind of want to. We can talk about that more tomorrow because I kind of want it to be like kind of set in stone. It's still confusing for me. It's kind of difficult to tell what it's going to be worth, but we'll take a look at it tomorrow. Cody Core says he'll try. Sandra Sylvain says classic. And Bitgart is B Rise. I thought there was 2 different ones. But maybe I'm getting confused. Maybe I'm getting confused with Everrise.
B Rise is the ticker symbol. Bitgart is the full name.
The full name. Okay, I'm getting confused with Everrise. Okay. Well, I think we'll wrap up everything here, guys. We want to appreciate or show appreciation to you guys for joining us. We do have a good show tomorrow. The first half hour of the show, we're going to have it open, and we'll talk about a couple things that Max and I want to talk about. And then also at 9:30 tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have Crypto Keith, and he's going to come on with a couple of hexagons, and they're going to talk about hex. So we're going to sign off now, guys, and we want to thank you so much for joining us. Guys, be safe. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody. Take it easy.
All right. Take care.